Hello, good morning. Today we are talking about recommendations for making the shift in phonics. And going through this chapter, I felt really good with where we're at with our foundations program. So you're going to notice that a lot of the things that they recommend, we are totally doing. So it was very much a chapter of just really validation of what it is that we're doing and that we made a good choice with our program. These are some of the things that they say we will need in order to make this shift of phonics instruction. And the first one, they have dedicated time. I know that's the most difficult with anything here. We ask you guys to do all these things and we give you no more time. So I appreciate everybody who's found the time to the 20 minutes, the 30 minutes, the 40 minutes to make this phonics instruction happen in your room. Our kids need it, and so I appreciate it. Next is a scope and sequence. I'm just going to click through these. The Foundations program comes with a solid scope and sequence. It is something that over the years, as we're using it this year, as we use it next year, we're going to, I'm sure, shift some things between grade levels to kind of keep the sequence the same, but possibly move things from one grade level to another. Third and fourth grade, this is definitely something that we can use if you're looking at differentiation for some struggling students. It's all laid out and ready to go and follows a nice system there. So that is one thing that we've got going for us. Next, they also talk about having an alphabet linking chart and keywords. Again, with Foundations, we check the box with this. It's been really nice being able to go into any kid's classroom, work with any student, and they know these, so that's great. Also, in order to do lots of phonics instruction, you need word lists. It's hard to just come think up of these words on your own off the cuff. So having banks of word lists, again, Foundations has this at the end of the units. And also where you found this video on my website, I'm going to link a bunch of resources as well that have tons of other word lists for any sound you could possibly make. So third and fourth grade teachers, also feel free to check that out if needed. They also discuss having strong instructional routines. So again, Foundations, we check off all of these things. Feel really, really great about the choice that we made with that program. And then anybody else who's looking to add this into their instruction, the website also has like a lesson plan that you can follow and kind of fill in words basically for all the different instructional routines. One of the things that they talked about and I wanted to share is 2 different ways of blending. And everybody might be more familiar with the first way when we tell kids to sound it out or stretch it out, just the at, mat. But you can also, and that's called continuous blending. We can also teach kids to do cumulative blending, and this can help with kids that have memory issues or just breaks it down a little bit more too. So the way that it looks is you kind of break it more into chunks. So let's blend this word, ma. So you're just blending the first 2 parts. Mat. So you're still saying that last sound, but keeping it separate. And then you put them all together. Mat. Mat. The word is mat. So these are just 2 different ways to teach blending phonics. And another activity, another instructional practice are word chains. And I love this one. You can do it with letter tiles. You can do it with magnets. You can do it on a whiteboard, whatever you want. And 2 different ways to do it. The first way is a little easier. Tell them the letters they need to make the word, and then tell them what change to do. So change the C to H, what's the new word? And then change the T to M, what's the new word? The other way you can do is kind of flip it, where you kind of ask them what letters they need to get the first one. Now make it say hat, what will you change? So you're not telling them where the change is coming or what letter it is, so it's a little bit more difficult. Now make it say ham, what will you change? So those are 2 different ways you can do word chains. You can also increase the difficulty by what you're asking them to change. So if you're only changing the beginning consonant, that's the easier level. Where at the end, if you're alternating between short vowel and long vowel, that's more difficult. So if you're starting out, keep it in the top, and then you can grow that. The last thing they talk about is having a thoughtful assessment plan, which through the Foundations program, at the end of every unit, there is an assessment. So please be doing that. Check out what your kids still need. Slow down if you need to take a few extra days and do some review. And for other teachers, that's something that you also want to build into anything that you're working on with phonics. All right, after Christmas break, we'll come back with high frequency word instruction. Thank you guys all and have a great